Alright, what's going on, guys? I should have started this video a long time ago. We are doing a 1J swap on a 240, and we're getting close. We're getting really close. Definitely should have done this a long time ago. Engine's in the car, along with the transmission, or 54. And let's show you the progress. Alright, so basically this would be my 240 drift car. I do have another one, it's an S13.5. I'll put a picture here for that. And this is gonna be the drift car. I used to drift the S13.5 and I don't want to wreck it. I already did wreck it once. I drifted that in. It sucked, but this is my little buddy too, helping me out. But anyways, it sucked. So this is gonna be the new drift car. So we did just get back from Long Beach, Formula Drift. And that has actually been the push on me to actually get this car finished. So been ordering a lot of parts, a lot more parts from Chase Bay. This is the clutch line, and we'll be installing that soon. We got the clutch line, like I said, we got the power steering kit, and we also have a fuel line from Chase Bay as well. So far, already fully mounted to the chassis. Pretty much it's a stock 1JZ with an R154 transmission. Running aftermarket harness. This is a harness from Wiring Specialty. Probably the best harness you can get for any engine, to be honest. It's all plug and play. Everything's all labeled exactly where it should go. And yeah, it's probably the easiest harness you can get on the market. It's definitely pricey, but it's definitely worth the investment on it. Along with the Wiring Specialty harness, we are running a Chase Bay power steering kit. So far, I got that in actually like yesterday. Easiest kit you can install. Fittings are all plug and play, super nice, and they are braided lines too, so super nice quality from Chase Bay. Shout out to them for that. Brand new belt. We did do a AC delete, and we are running an AC delete bracket, which helps support the power steering down there. Made from SRS Concepts. Shout out to them. We got them from Drift HQ. Came in super quick, but yeah, pretty much that's where we are. I'll put a stock picture of how the engine used to look here, but we did paint this black. There's a little mark on here so far, but we did paint this all black. But other than that, I mean, I can't really think of anything else. It is a stock 1J. Internals are completely stock bottom end. So Chase Bay clutch lines are probably easiest things you can install on this. So you got two lines, of course. You got one that goes to the clutch master cylinder and the one that goes to the slave cylinder. Basically just want to remove this fitting on the end of it, which will install into clutch master cylinder. Alright, so with the adapter on there, all we gotta do is tighten down the line and should be good from there. Alright, I'm back. It's been a day. Not really, it actually has been like a week. It's been really shitty weather, but I don't know where I left off. Okay, we installed the clutch. I don't have the slave yet, so we're gonna be working on something else here. And that's gonna be installing the radiator today. So we have ourselves here a Chase Bay radiator. It's one with the two inlets on one side, which is actually super cool. Especially with the JZ and the 240, this is definitely gonna help with cooling it. This allows it to go through the radiator twice instead of just having one loop and then out. So this radiator is also going to allow us to tuck it underneath the radiator support, which is actually super cool. Because JZs and a 240, you have barely any room to even play with at that point. So with that, we're tucking underneath. When you tuck underneath, you'll be needing the Chase Bay little extension here. I don't know what they call it. I think they call it just a filler neck. But which allows it to be the top or the highest point on the radiator, of course. We do have the inlet for the 1J. We actually did cut it off and rewelded it, so we're gonna run a straight from the radiator straight to the engine. All right, so basically we got the radiator in kind of the area it's gonna be in. I know with the fans it does fit. I already did measure that before. Only issue is trying to mount this and trying to find a way to get it through, or just trying to find a bracket. So my idea was trying to actually have it drill a hole straight through with a bolt and maybe having like a little spacer to prevent it from bending. Thing is, I don't know how much room we have, but I mean that's probably the simplest way we could possibly mount that to this. All right, so with it perfectly in, let's just get to marking it and kind of just get our points from there. All right, so I'm gonna get to making the spacer. Based on the look, we're looking at about, I don't know, a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch of a spacer to play with. So I'm gonna get that cut out for both sides and work from there. All right, so here's just the metal pipe I'm using. It's just literally a generic, super thin piece of metal. I mean, it works as a spacer. So basically, we're just gonna measure this out to a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch here. So it's gonna be right about there. I mean, I got plenty of this, so if I mess up with measurements, I don't think I'll be able to mess it up this many times, so. All right, so we just finished the spaces for the radiator. Next thing we're gonna do, we're actually gonna drill out the holes for the radiator to be mounted down to the chassis. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a small bit and we're gonna work our way bigger until we get to the size of our bolt. And basically we're just gonna do it right in the middle and we'll work from there. So yeah, after a few bits going through it, the bolt fits in perfectly and it's a perfect size actually for it. But yeah, came out perfect. So let's get this in the car. All right, so I got the radiator in there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to mark exactly where we need to drill at. I can't feel the Sharpie in there, it's too big, and that's what they always say to me. But basically I'm just gonna mark it there, and kind of just scratch it up a little bit. All right, so these are the Mishimoto radiator fans that we'll be using. They are a little bit more narrow ones, which will allow us to fit it more in the JZ, have gaps between the pulley and the fans. The cool thing about this, you know, Chase Bays and Mishimoto actually kind of line up perfectly. I think Chase Bay actually does sell this with the radiator too, which is a really cool bundle. All right, the radiator is finally bolted up. The spacers and the screws came out perfect actually. And the radiator fans all mounted up and we got plenty of clearance between the 1J and the radiator, so we shouldn't see an issue with anything at all. That's more than enough. Yeah, other than that, I mean, that's basically it. Everything turned out really fine. It's probably the last thing we do for a while. I gotta get some radiator hose. We got a broad one already, so that's matching up. I gotta find a way to make this work at probably 90 to 90, but we'll figure that out. All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. So far, this is the first video of the progress of the 1J240 drift build. So we do still gotta do the fuel line, we gotta do the intercooler piping, we gotta do the intercooler along with that. Still a lot to do. I want to try to get this car started within a few months here so I can hit the track and be able to compete in it. You know, that's the plan with this car. So definitely a lot coming for the 1J240. Stick around if you guys want to see the build on that, and see you guys next video then. Peace.